Welcome to What People Miss, the space where high-achieving men in business can finally set down the performance and reconnect with what is real. I am Cordelia Gaffar, and I work with professionally successful, socially respected men, corporate leaders, and founders who are physically and mentally exhausted, helping them to regain strength, confidence, and self-respect without shame, judgment, or emotional overwhelm. In each episode, we uncover what people miss when they are running companies, leading teams, and scaling visions on empty, so you can lead with a clear mind, a steady body, and a dignified heart. Take a breath, loosen your shoulders, and listen. What you have been trained to push past may be exactly what brings you back to yourself as a man and a leader. Hello, welcome to What People Miss. Today, let's talk about what is killing you. In recent days, I have been talking about savoring life. And one of the things that is a barrier to savoring life is being palatable. Being palatable is contorting for what's expected and accepted, right? As a successful person, you may notice that success has a shadow. For many successful men, it's the quiet exhaustion that comes from constantly managing how others see you. In boardrooms, at home, and even in friendships, you've learned how to be palatable, charming, strategic, controlled. But behind that mastery lies truth. Being endlessly adaptable is slowly draining the very energy you need to live fully. When you spend years being selectively you, your nervous system stays in a loop of performance, reading the room instead of resting into your body. Your limbic system, designed to protect you, becomes hypersensitive. That's when anxiety, irritability, frustration, and emotional numbness begin to take over. This isn't weakness, it's a wiring issue. And my work helps you to reset your limbic system so you can reconnect to your inner power, the kind that doesn't need permission, the kind of confidence that comes from embodiment, not performance. The truth is, being palatable keeps you safe, but it also keeps you small. Let's wake up your body's intelligence so you can reclaim your strength, assert your boundaries, and lead with grounded confidence. You deserve to rest in the full weight of who you are. So, I have created something so that you can do that. It is a self-guided experience, the 14-day ultimate guide to self-confidence. These 14 days will take you from where you are to actually landing in your body and leading from joy. This is something that I originally created for women, and after doing some workshops for men with different organizations, I have reconfigured it so that it will be something that men can receive as well. In the 14 days, I do share a bit of my father's story. He was a judge, and he also had his own law practice for decades. And this is really where my work comes from. As a little girl, I spent most of my time with my father because my mother wasn't well. And what I learned from him was the importance of nutrition, which is why I went on to learn everything, and I'm still learning everything I can about herbs, holistic healing, and using food as medicine, and using breath and movement. Often we would go on very long walks every morning, and that's how he would start his day. Then we would return home, do deep breathing, calisthenics, and cook breakfast together. And he would explain to me the importance of having fruits and different kinds of grains, vegetables, and proteins, and how they all work together to help you to be at your full capacity. I didn't realize it then, but I see it so clearly now. The way that my father lived is the things that men have been recommended against for the past century. Yes, my dad was born in 1911. So he grew up knowing the joy and pleasure of his emotions. He wielded his sadness, his grief, and his anger in such a way that it laid a foundation for compassion and empathy. The way that he was with me and my sisters, and how he managed my mother's declining health, was all miraculous. And you will experience the same in the 14-day self-guided experience that I put together for you. One thing that I can tell you about my father, he was not palatable. He spoke up for what he truly believed in, and he was fully embodied as a leader and fully playful as a father. He taught me how to play tennis when he was 75. We used to, I don't know, make silly jokes. And like I said, he did calisthenics, so we did cartwheels and all kinds of things. If you don't find that you are the father that you want to be, playing with your children, enjoying your wife, enjoying your life, you need this. This is for you. I highly encourage you to invest these 14 days in yourself. The link is below this podcast. And this is your time to be who you are, say it like it is, and experience life from a place of joy and pleasure. Because that's your birthright as a human being, not a human doing. I know this sounds strange, and you may be thinking, I don't know if I can really do this. But with very small practices every single day over 14 days, you will no longer be palatable, but you will be very pleasurable. I invite you to share this with your friends, share this with your colleagues, and if it truly resonates, this is something that can be used on a professional level. I also work with teams on how to joy bond, but let me not step ahead. So today, I want you to take time to sit back and observe yourself. Don't feel like you need to react or respond to anything. Sometimes it's good to pause for the cause of you, and don't be attached to the thoughts or beliefs of others. People will think what they think, do what they do, be who they are. This is about you leaning into who you truly are. Have you forgotten him? This is your time to remember. Until next week, choose joy and pleasure. Thank you for listening to What People Miss with Cordelia Gafar, the ultimate joy goddess. Hi, I'm the CEO of Workout Around My Day Incorporated, an award-winning podcast host, best-selling author and embodiment guide who supports professionally successful, socially respected men, especially corporate leaders and founders who are physically and mentally exhausted, to regain strength, confidence, and self-respect without shame, judgment, or emotional overwhelm. Emotional overwhelm may feel like you're merely surviving. As we close today's episode, I invite you to rediscover joy and pleasure in your body with my self-guided experience to create more confidence, resilience, joy, and virility. The Ultimate Confidence Guide for Men Over 50, 14 Days to Feeling and Performing Better Than You Have in Decades. Click the link in the description and stay tuned to learn more at CordeliaGaffar.com.